26 Indian Navy sailors have tested positive for COVID-19 and have been placed in isolation at a Navy hospital in Mumbai. They belong to a shore-based establishment called INS Angre and were not deployed on ships. In a statement, the Navy has said there's not been a single case of COVID-19 on board any ship, submarine or air station of the Indian Navy. One sailor of the Navy tested positive on the 7th of April, is thought to have infected all the others. And the Navy goes on to add, all these sailors continue to remain asymptomatic and are being monitored at INHS Ashwini, that's a naval hospital, under the care of the best medical professionals. Well, joining us now for more on this, Captain DK Sharma, the former spokesperson of the Navy, follows naval affairs very, very closely. Captain Sharma, the numbers are very significant, 26. Do we know how exactly the first individual contracted COVID?
Good evening, Vishnu, and good evening to all the viewers. This goes back to 7th of April when this first case was detected. And let me tell you, it was only the symptoms at that time. And when this was detected by the Navy in INS Angre, which also is a shore establishment and not a ship. In the morning, there was a lot of confusion whether it is a ship or what it is, what the role is. So I must tell that INS Angre is a shore establishment. Coming back to the case of the sailor. So when this guy or when the sailor reported sick, so there were alarm bells, and we were already following the lockdown procedures. So when this test was conducted, and he was put under quarantine, all the other sailors who were in vicinity of him, and aggressive contact tracing was started, and quarantine protocols and various other precautions which are supposed to be taken by the ICMR guidelines. In fact, the Navy went a step ahead. So by the time we came to know that he is positive, that is on the 11th, the damage probably was done. But let me tell you, Vishnu, that all of them today, as we speak, except one, are still asymptomatic. Yes, they have tested positive, but you see, this is, as we all know, it is a hidden enemy. And as the Chief of the Naval Staff, during his address to the Navy through a video call, had told that it's a long battle and we have to be prepared for it.
Sure.
And come what may, we should not become the care receivers rather than being the caregivers.
Right. So,
but insofar as...
So, Captain, just one final question to you. No submarine, warship or air station or personnel in operations have been affected. So I think that's the key point over here, that your operations continue.
Vishnu, what we have done is now, as what I have gathered is, we have created islands between the islands. You see, there is no contact between the officers, men who go ashore. There are various checks and balances which have been brought in. There are various places where we are, in fact, forget about following the queue protocols or the for social distances. Here we are sanitizing the vehicles,
right,
which are even going out and coming in.
Right.
And also all the ration and logistics, everything is being disinfected at various stages, that come what may, it should not cross the gangway. No way Navy is going to allow that this thing, we will not put our guard down, as the Chief has told, that come what may, it will not affect the operations.
All
the
right.
Operational tempo remains what it is,
right,
and all the deployments are as usual.
Captain Sharma, always a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you very much indeed.